All right, my name is Tyler Smith, and this is my project for the art in the industry. I'm here with Eric Reed, who is a musician and performer here in Las Cruces, New Mexico, where I live. I got a few questions about art. By the way, I apologize for the
Sounds good.
blurriness there. We're on Skype, and so it's a little bit blurry and a little bit laggy, so apologize for that, but hopefully it'll still work out. All right, well, here's the first question. Eric, what do you see as the role of the visual arts in our mass-mediated world, and particularly in the music industry?
Yeah, I think that there's a lot that can be said for getting music out there through visual outlets. So things like social networking sites, just really powerful. Is able to kind of transcend the fast-moving nature of like Facebook or things like that when you're going through a news feed that has a lot of stuff.
Do you think that this is a positive or negative influence on the industry? You seem to think it's positive.
Yeah, I think that it's mixed. I think there's some really good things about it. Like I said to you about social networking sites, I think it's a great way to give updates on your music. Things like a new album or a tour or a show coming up, a flyer or a tour poster or whatever is just a really great way to do that. And that's definitely, I think, is in the visual arts category. I do think that there are a couple negative side effects of just how readily accessible and how fast moving these new sites are. I think one of them is, I think it really contributes the stigma of like really short attention spans. We're not really willing to give much time to many things, which makes sense because you don't have a lot of time. But I think a lot of good art gets overlooked because of that.
What popular images do you see that are frequently rechanneled throughout the entertainment industry? And are any of these images popularized or created specifically by this industry?
I think a big movement in the kind of music that I listen to has been a lot of geometric shapes on album covers. That's something that I've seen a lot. I think there's also a pattern that's nothing new at all. I think it has a lot to do with like female objectification and some other things in the music industry. There's just a colossal amount of albums that are just really lazily done up with the female that isn't wearing very much. Just I think that's something that shamefully we are also responsible for too.
Do you have a favorite visual artist or a favorite style of visual art?
I really love artists' sketchbooks a lot. So really simple drawings with ink or pencil on watercolor paper or whatever sketchbook they were using is really exciting to me because it feels more personal and a little more raw. I really love that. So one artist that I love a lot that does that really well is Landon Ness. He's from California and he's a younger guy, and unfortunately he deleted he had his sketchbooks cataloged on his website for a long time, and like 2 years ago he took them off, and I'm not sure why that is, but they're really hard to find now. But I miss looking at those a lot, and they were really good and really influential to me when I was drawing a lot.
How has your knowledge of famous artworks influenced your own creative process?
Think through looking at how the artists process stuff. I'm not sure that's what the question is specifically, but seeing those artworks and how the artists created them has been really helpful. So for me, when I started making music, it seemed like this vast divide between people that made music and people that didn't. And there was it seemed like a really intimidating thing to tap into. It's really encouraging and influenced me, knowing that we have more in common than you think as far as artists go. So it's just learning how certain artworks were made from scratch.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Eric, for taking the time out of your schedule to help me out with this. And very, very good answers. I know we had a little bit of trouble with the audio, but I think that we understand the main gist of what you're saying. So really appreciate you taking the time to do this. Thanks a lot.
No problem. Thank you.